I have been putting this moment off for a very, very long time. Because I really don't want to have to revisit what was one of the worst experiences of going to the theatre in my life. See that there behind me? See the light coming through the windows? That's the pearly gates, trying to stop me from descending into the gates of hell to review this piece of crap that I'm about to review. It's like in Doctor Who when he was trying to put his death off. I can't put this off any longer. Got no choice. As bad as it is, I'm going to have to descend once again into the pits of madness and review King of Endersfield, Chapter 1, The Elegy for Paul Dyack. Oh shit. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, we're in trouble. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, come on, Super Doctor. How can this possibly be as bad as you're thinking? Well, I'm going to tell you with the first little bits before I get into the thing proper. You ever seen the Confused Matthew review of 2001 A Space Odyssey when he goes on about, how nothing's happening? Well, it's the same here. The difference is, at least there were pretty lights you could look at. In this, there is nothing. Quite literally, nothing. Nothing happens. They say that this is a play. This isn't a play! It's more some sort of psychological, lecture. If I wanted to lecture in psychology, I would sign up for a psychology course. But this was... Okay. I should probably explain something here. This was like Warhorse on the London trip that I went to. And I find it ironic that in that trip, I experienced both the best and worst that the theatre world has to offer. In fact, that's why I'm doing this right now, to do the other end of the scale. So, let's talk about how this starts. Well, you come in and you're given a little shot of wine, because apparently it has something to do with what's going on. You have to toast the memory of people. I don't know. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. So you come in there, you sit down, and they start a speech, reading from the script, I might add. Seriously, the people on stage have this book with them and are reading it on stage. I mean, I guess that is the point, but, it just looks unprofessional. And, it's annoying. So you do that, and you get a few sips and drinks and whatever, toasting the memory of dead friends and dead children and dead dogs for some strange reason. I don't know. No logic goes out the window once you go in here. Yeah, and the thing begins. Now, admittedly, it's been a while since I've actually seen this, so I can't remember all of it, but I'm going to go and try and remember what I can. So, let's see. We start off talking about this guy called Paul Dyack, who is, what they say, a quantum physicist, and has a really great idea on sort of like morals and physics and, and philosophy, and the like. And you think, okay, well, maybe this will be interesting. A bit of a weird that you have the script with you, but, yeah, okay. And I'm not sure for certain, but I seem to remember that they started saying Papa for 5 minutes. Yeah, I think they did, actually. They said Papa in different ways for 5 minutes so they could explore the different things that could mean. Why? Could we get on with the story, please? I've come here to be entertained. Not have to sit through people saying Pa! Ugh, oh well, could have been worse, I guess. Could have been 10 minutes. So yes, moving on from that, we're told that this guy, Paul not die. He has some sort of syndrome. I can't remember what syndrome it is exactly. I mean, let's face it, if I looked it up in the book, I could probably find out, but the fact is that it's difficult enough to, watch it. Reading it would be suicidal. I'd have to get Linkara's gun and shoot myself in the head. In fact, I might do that now. I have a gun here. Yeah, I'm just gonna spare myself the pain. I'm just gonna shoot myself in the head. Didn't work. Linkara, if you're watching this, you're gonna have to tell me where to get one of those magic guns. Oh well, I can dream, I guess. So, moving on. Where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. So, yes, and he talks about the narrator, how it once took him 20 minutes to form the answer to a question, where are you going for your holidays? And you're thinking, well, okay, so that tells us a little bit about him. And then we go on a bit, and what happens? The question is asked to him. And he doesn't respond. At all. You're thinking, okay, a bit of silence, don't mind that really. And then it keeps going. And when you get to the 5-minute mark, you're thinking, no, they can't possibly be serious with this. They can't seriously be thinking. And then you hit the 8-minute mark, and then you realize, oh crap, they're doing it, aren't they? And this is what I meant when I referenced the 2001 Space Odyssey review. Nothing happens. The guy sits there for 20 minutes saying and doing absolutely nothing. I'm dead serious here. He just sits there like this and says nothing. I mean, would you watch me doing that on a YouTube video? Would you watch me for 20 minutes just sitting and doing nothing or saying anything? What's this got to do with the story? I mean, okay, so maybe I'm being unfair here. I mean, I understand that they're trying to show it, and the real thing was the effect it would have on the audience. In fact, actually, if one of the quotes in the front of the book, so someone once said, how hard is it to sit in a silent theatre? And it was Barker, 1989, who said that. And that's fair enough, except I came to be entertained. I didn't come to sit and watch 20 minutes of nothing. I could just look at the wall if I wanted to do that. Oh. This is so bad. Oh. And you know what the worst part of that was? That actually, a lot of people, even some of my lecturers, actually went out because they didn't want to watch it. Which I actually think fair play to them. Although I was a little bit annoyed at the time because, professional respect and courtesy, you should at least stick around even if it is a load of crap. So anyway, I sit there, and to be fair, it was actually quite interesting to see how other people were affected. I mean, a friend of mine who was sitting next to me was actually quite scared of this. I mean, I can't understand why, but, I'm not her, so, I don't really have the place to judge. So anyway, finally, at the end of this 20 minutes, he says, why do you want to know? And you do laugh, but it's not a laugh because ha-ha funny laugh, it's ha-ha, yeah, great, let's move on. Damn it. Oh. Okay, so, after that you're thinking, okay, now, can we please get on, or please let that be the end. Let that be the end. And no, it isn't. There's more. I seem to recall that then after that they lead some children out and start talking about constellations. I mean, come on, I get that that's meant to be in line with the physics thing or science thing or whatever, but seriously? You brought children out to talk about constellations? What has that got to do with the story? Nothing! Absolutely Nothing! So anyway, after that, the so-called play moves onward, and the worst thing happens. Oh yeah, it gets worse. You know what happens? A lady comes out in a peacock, Joseph and the Technicolor Dream coat costume. Try and picture that. A peacock, Joseph and the Technicolor Dream coat costume, and starts dancing around like a peacock. And the whole point about this is going to be something about, you know, how the mating rituals would be in this guy's mind. But it's a woman in a Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat costume prancing around. It makes no sense! Why am I watching this? Why did I go out when I had the chance? That was the obvious thing to do. But no, I have to think about professional damn courtesy. Damn, it's annoying. Being the good guy sometimes. Oh well. At least I'm a good guy who can still be pissed off. Okay. So, and then it mercifully comes to an end. And with them sort of talking about stuff and something about mating and being together. I don't know. I stopped paying attention by this point. Well, no, actually, I didn't stop paying attention because, you know, I had to do something. Tempting as it was to take out my PlayStation Portable, I would have thought that was disrespectable. Disrespectable? Is that? Yeah, that is the right word. Sorry. Oh, and I know what you're thinking. Well, if that's the case, why do you have the text with you? Well, I'm gonna answer you, hypothetical viewer, and the answer's quite simple. They were giving these out for free. You can believe that. And I kid you not, these are actually harmful to the environment. Oh, you don't believe me? Let me show you something. Remember that 20-minute silence I talked about? You know how they represent it in here? Yeah, you know, with a stage direction saying 20 minutes of silence. Silence? No. Look at this. Pages of blank. How many trees had to be cut down to make this? Only to use it for blank pages? Well, other than the page number, of course, but that doesn't count. And another thing about this text, I mean, look at this. Look at this. There's pictures in it. This is a text, for crying out loud. Why do you need textbooks and pictures of, you know, constellations? This really pissed me off. It doesn't take much to keep me entertained, but I at least expect a decent storyline or something that I can make sense of. You wanna know the worst part? You wanna know what the worst part was? This was only the first little bit. After the interval there was another performance which was something different, which at the same time was slightly worse and slightly more terrible. I'll elaborate on that in the next part. So for the final minute, I'll leave you with this. I actually read a review for it on the internet, and actually he liked it for the reasons I hated it. Okay, which is fair enough. But I think the main clincher was the reason he liked it was he thought that it was saying that we have no patience, or we can't get something that's complicated. Well, this is my response. We can get something that's complicated, but we can't get something that doesn't exist. Seriously. I felt imprisoned throughout the whole time. Seriously, look at these bars! It was terrible! These green bars represent what was happening in my soul. I wanted to scream at them to do something, but I couldn't. It's so bad. I think from now on, I'm going to do my reviews so you can't see my eyes. In respect of Shitcase Cinema, the sunglasses on me have been born. I'll see you next time.